Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and other. Welcome to Let's Play The Witcher 3, Episode 5. In the last episode, if you didn't see it before, we collected a bunch of flowers, we made Swallow Potion, and we learned that it is now come to us to take down a Griffin, which will certainly be an endeavor. But while I'm here, I'm going to enhance my weapons and armor, so for 15 minutes they function a little bit better.
Yes.
If I can... Oh, that's the blacksmith. There is a way to... There it is. These are really helpful. Just for 20 minutes, you just get a little bit of a buff, which is nice. And I'm going to talk to this merchant and see if I can't sell all that crap I got off the deserters in the previous video.
Password.
Dunno any.
So, out for a little walkie, eh? Counting the Emperor's swords to lull you to sleep? Well, in the army, we've a place for nosy ramblers. The scaffold.
And thick-skulled quartermasters. They got a place.
You're clearly skilled at banter. And haggling? You got a knack for that as well?
How's morale around camp? Quartermaster should know this.
Morale holding up around here? You boys think you can win this thing?
Ah, a spy after all. Or one to stir trouble.
Neither. Just curious.
Right. Well, tell anyone who cares we will win this war, because Radovid is mad, as everyone knows, and we've an extraordinarily well-drilled and well-supplied army. Incidentally, did you wish to buy something?
I wish to sell some things.
Show me what you're peddling.
So we got a bunch of swords here. Some runestone, see if he's got anything that might be worth my while. He's not carrying anything that particularly interests me right now. Okay, there is a crafting tutorial that I just completely skipped through because I've seen all that. Let's... Oh yeah, selling junk stuff. Shop. Forgot about the junk tab, the other. So, silver amber necklace, that's worth a pretty penny. Pure silver, I can just dismantle that into stuff. Key. Sure, you can have a key. I'm going to dismantle some of this stuff down into useful things. Old bear hide. See, I can turn that into leather, which I can then... You can basically take apart things that you gain and then reuse, like... I'll never use a candle. A candle is just something that I won't use. But if I dismantle it, I can get wax and string, which are things I might use in the future. See, pure silver I can turn into a silver ingot by dismantling it. Silver teapot. Not likely to use a teapot, but I'm way more likely to use that silver ore. Turn the goat hide into leather scraps. This is just a really good way to make crafting a little bit cheaper for yourself. It does cost you a little bit of money to have him do this for you. But whatever works, right? So, there we go.
So long.
See you around. So, I think we pursue this Griffin. I think that's something that we should do. Actually, at the end of the last episode, I did notice there was some guarded treasure in the... Whoa! The door freaked out. There was some guarded treasure down at the bottom of the garrison, so I'm gonna go get that. And then I'm gonna look around. I think Roach is in a timeout. Anyway, I think it was this way. There was some guarded treasure. Lobo. If you're wondering why I knew that was there, it's not because I played this game a lot. It's because you can actually see the ingredients for things on your map. Like you can see, like if there's a flower you can pick up, you can see that on your map. Okay, a bunch of level 5 wolves again. But there is actually an explosive there. Even Witcher 3 has red barrels. Oh! Oh, I'm about to die. Thankfully, I downed the swallow potion. So I am healing a little bit. I'm going to set him on fire, because I don't want him anywhere near me. Early game is kind of tricky. The combat's a little tricky before you start getting abilities and new things. Sulfur in here? Ah, here's a chest. Coal and leather straps. Huh. Not a bad little haul. Mostly just some crafting materials, but not awful. Alright, let's get Roach out of his timeout. He just appears from the ether. So, I believe in the last episode, the Nilfgaardian general or captain or something mentioned a hunter named Mislav who found the bodies of Nilfgaardian soldiers who had been attacked by the Griffin. So he's gonna show us where the bodies are, and I think I'm gonna use some of my investigating and try to learn more about this Griffin, because the more you know about the beasts you're hunting, the more effectively you can hunt them. I see a quest. We'll deal with Mislav later. See a quest. Oh. Whoops, I jumped.
Something moved. Hey!
Lost your key, ma'am?
No, not me key. Me pan. It's always sat there empty, this hut. That is, till the night afore the battle. A man arrived, walked right in like 'twere his own. Standing at the window, peering at the goings-on. He must have liked me, 'cause next I knew, there he was, coming my way. So, I grabbed me pan, for protection, see? But he just asks all polite, Gran, got any birch bark by chance? Lilac berries or even a few coals? Nay, says I. And you must be right daft to pester folk at night with such foolery. I sees he ain't listening, just staring at me pan like a magpie at a copper. Lend it to me, Gran. I'll give it back come morn. Baffled for what's he doing, frying in the dark. I've got a soft heart, so I gave it to him.
Fascinating. I'm riveted.
Fascinating story. Any chance you're nearing the end?
Afore dawn, another rode
When
up
lost
to
a
the
frying
hut.
pan. This is
But
exciting.
come on, only the first fella left. Locked the door, hopped on his horse, and that were all I saw of him. And me pan. 'Twere old, black with soot, not worth much, I suppose. But I've no other. Will you help me, dearie? Bring an old widower pan. I could never break down that door myself. And in truth, I'm afeard to go in any road. Such a stench wafting out. Methinks the other fellow, well, that he's lying there.
Never
All right,
taken
old
on
lady.
a pan contract. Fine, I'll go in, look around. You should wait here, just in case.
Help you find your frying pan. So this door is breakable with hard. So if I break the door. I'm gonna loot all of her shit while I'm in here too, because I'm awful. Rotting flesh. Who just has that? What did I even just ignite? A candle. Okay. Loot this wall, apparently. It's got a fork-tail decoction.
A corpse. Explains the stench. throat. He was garroted. And some old scars. Kind of soldier might have.
What's that, dearie?
Nothing. Nothing.
That just goes to show Geralt actually does his monologuing out loud. Ooh, Gwent cards, gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I wish you could pick up the Gwent cards.
Documents. Almost entirely burned. A few pieces still legible.
But when I gab to myself, they say I'm going barmy.
So if I look at the burnt papers... And when you arranged to meet, you fucking show up. I did, risking my life in the entire blasted operation. I ended up standing there with my plow and cock in my hand, waiting for nothing. Not the Nilfgaardian army was better organized that, but you, blah blah blah, tell that blessed Lord General of yours that me and my companions don't hold grudges, so we won't break off negotiations, but since our old plan's gone tits up, next time we choose the place and time for the meeting. So there's something suspect happening here, clearly. And here's the pan.
The priceless frying pan. Scrubbed clean. Looks like the mystery man didn't need the pan so much as the soot off it. To make ink, write letters.
A spy, perhaps?
Found the pan, have ye?
Spy would make sense.
Here, your frying pan.
Mine? But mine were black with soot, and I could see myself in this one if I wanted. But them years are past.
It was the soot the man needed. He scraped it off to make ink. Must have had an urgent letter to write. Urgently burned some other documents too.
And the other fellow?
Dead. Round up a few boys and bury him outside the village. Deep, so the necrophages don't dig him up. And take my advice. Don't mention this to the Nilfgaardians.
Hang about! You've earned a token of thanks. Here, sonny, for the road.
What'd she give me?
Fry up a nice white fish. Or a pipe.
What did she give me? Baked apples. What a lovely old lady. Oh, and some bread.
Let's go!
And some apple juice. She just gave me a bunch of food, this lady. Oh, what are grannies for? Not to give you a bunch of food all the time. So, anyway, back to what I was doing. Here's the hunter Mislav. Back to the Griffin.
Anyone home? Must be out hunting.
Ah.
Trail's
Find
fresh.
him.
Mislav just left home.
It's gone off this way. So this man's a hunter, so he could just be anywhere in the woods. Or he could be right there.
You, Mislav? Hear that? Wolves? No. Wild dogs. Yes. More dangerous than wolves. Dogs more dangerous than wolves? Don't think so.
It's the truth. Know why?
No, but I guess you're about to tell me.
Wolves hunt to fill their bellies. Wild dogs kill for sport.
Just like humans.
Aye. They've learned much from us. Why not cruelty too?
I'm hunting bigger game. The Nilfgaardians the Griffin killed. Where'd you find them?
Ah, I see. You were Witcher. That monster slayer they's talking about in the village. I'll show you, sure. But, I gotta kill those mutts before they hurt someone. Will you help? That is, if you don't mind blunting your silver blades on them.
Why not? Silver's not used for dogs, though.
Sure. Griffin's not going anywhere.
No, dogs might though. So step careful now. Come on.
These dogs been a problem for a while now.
Since the war started, soldier on the march, he'll stop to rape a woman, strangle her, kill her man for a chuckle, even butcher a cow. But a dog, a kick in passing, no more. So these stray mutts form packs. They're gaunt. Got too late. Attacked another one.
Aching out. At least they're weird. Not posing much of a threat. Not exactly Witcher's work, but whatever.
Dieter.
You know him?
We served at the Lord's Manor together, where the Black Army's encamped now. He was a stable hand, I was the Lord's hunter. But that was before... well, a long time ago.
Before what?
Before what?
Before they drove me from the village.
What did you do?
Nothing. I'm a freak. Sorry. I'd rather not talk about it.
I'm a freak too.
I'm a freak too.
Aye, but of another kind.
If it's lycanthropy, I can help.
What?
Lycanthropy. Werewolves. Handled a few cases in the past. It's usually a simple curse that...
The Lord's son, Florian, and I... we loved each other. Dieter walked in on us in the stables. They drove me away. Florian hanged himself. Lord started drinking, and the estate fell into ruin. That's the long and short of it.
I'm sorry. You gotta imagine in this, like, historical thing, that sort of relationship would not be considered acceptable.
I'm sorry.
Ancient history now. I was to show you where I found the Nilfgaardians. Come.
Ooh, I
Griffin.
leveled up.
Anything about it?
No, not much. Not my kind of game.
You're his kind, though. Survival instincts alone ought to make you care.
I walk silent through the woods. No Griffin can hear me nor spy me.
So I leveled up. So I can show what this is all about. So I mentioned in an earlier episode that the three trees, like these three trees, are the biggest point. I probably won't even bother with putting points into general, because I can't be bothered. I think to start with, I'll grab the exploding shield. So then, once you gain that ability, you can grab it and put it into one of these slots. So now it's there. So you can only have 12 skills active at a time. You can rearrange your skills however you want, all over the, like whenever you'd like. And then these slots here are for mutagens. You can put mutagens in here. I don't have any right now, but mutagens buff your skills even further. So if I get a blue mutagen, it will give me a slight upgrade to any blue skills that are in here. So kind of rearranging, even if you just rearrange where your skills are sitting, it can actually change your skills significantly, which is really kind of neat. I like the way they do the leveling up in this. And it prevents you from being an insanely overpowered character by the end of the game, because if you just have every skill, then you'll just whack and just kill everything in one giant smack, and that's meh. So we're gonna try to find this. This is where the Griffin attacked the Nilfgaardians.
One lay there, by the stump, headless. The other hung from a branch, guts splayed, stretching down to... Watch out for yourself now.
I'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Not the first Griffin I've dealt with. Not likely to be the last either.
Hope you're right. Good hunting now.
So lots to see here. Try to work out the scene, figure out what happened. I can hear something. Those little notifiers are Geralt being able to hear something. Doesn't tell me what it is, but I hear noises. It's probably wolves or dogs or something.
Ground's black, saturated with blood. Nilfgaardians were celebrating. Griffin interrupted them. A camp. These prints are older and deeper, heavily armored. Nilfgaardians, probably.
So follow it back, find where they came from. Where did they come from? Why were they celebrating?
Griffin's nest. What remains of it, at least. Corpse is a couple of weeks old. Still alive when the Griffin brought him here. Took a long time dying. Bones. Horse. Dog. Human. A few months' worth.
And a griffin. Big old beastie.
Female. Larvae in her wounds have already hatched. Been dead at least a week. Other griffin must be a male.
So now I can investigate the body here.
Deep cuts over the whole body. Not a drop of blood on the beak or claws. Didn't defend herself. Crept up on her while she slept.
How old is it?
Beak tips worn. Gray hairs in the coat. 10, 12 years old. Griffins pair off for life when young. Male must be about the same age. Thick shaft, dense barbs. A royal griffin. Explains why the male I ran into was so aggressive. Hunted the Nilfgaardians down here in the forest first, then started prowling the area. Done all I could. Should talk to Vesemir.
So, it turns out that the griffin in question is just very pissed off because some Nilfgaardians came and slew his mate. So it's actually kind of the Nilfgaardians' fault that this griffin is attacking everyone. Which I'm sure that captain would love to know. But we'll tell him in time, I think. For now, we need to go and talk to Vesemir, which I will do in the next episode. Once again, if you're watching on Twitch, sit around, keep watching. I'll be back on in a few seconds. Thank you for watching. Consider liking, subscribing, following, commenting. All helps. All lets me know what kind of content you'd like to see, what you'd like me to do in the Let's Play. If there's particular things you'd like to see, leave messages. Try to avoid spoilers. I've played the game, but some people who are watching might not have, and they might be excited to see what's coming. But for now, thank you for watching. I've been Michael, and I'll see you